Okay, so today we're going to read a selection about Christopher Columbus. And before that, we're going to start by previewing our text. Do you know what I mean when I say that we're going to preview our text?
To look through it before we read it and try to find out what it's about.
Right, to look through it and see what we think it could be about. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this strategy called thieves. And when you hear the word thief, what do you think of?
Someone who steals stuff.
Someone who steals stuff. So today we're going to be thieves, and we're going to try to steal stuff from the text before we read it to see if we can figure out what it's about. Okay? So what we're going to start with is the title. Can you take a look at the title for me and tell me what the title is?
All about Christopher Columbus, 1451 to 1506.
Okay, all about Christopher Columbus. What do you know about Christopher Columbus? What do you know about that topic?
That Christopher Columbus was
What did he do?
he a captain on a boat?
He was a captain on a boat, and do you know where he came to? What's he famous for? We celebrate Columbus Day. What's he known for? Do you remember? He's known for discovering the United States, or North America. Do you remember that now? Okay. So, what do you think you're going to be reading about based on the title?
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus. This one was a little bit easy because the title kind of gives it away. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to look at the headings. When I say headings, what do you think that means? The headings in the text.
The bigger, darker words.
The bigger, darker words. So, look at the first heading. What's the first heading say?
Early life.
Early life. So, what do you think this particular section is going to be about?
Whenever he was a kid.
Okay, when he was a kid. Good. What's the topic of the next boldface heading, the next boldface heading that you see?
In search of a route to Asia.
In search of a route to Asia. And what do you think that section is going to be about?
Maybe he's trying to travel to Asia to find out about it.
Okay, so he's trying to find Asia, but didn't we say that he discovered North America?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's interesting. Do you think he was trying to find North America then? If he was in search of a route to Asia?
No.
No, so maybe that's something that we're going to have to read about and see what he was actually trying to find. Now take a look at the paragraph right underneath the title, and that's called the introduction paragraph. I want you to go ahead and listen to it as I read it out loud, and we are going to see if maybe we could predict some of the details in the text, okay? The voyage of Columbus proved to be an unparalleled historic event. It had far-reaching effects not only on the American continents, but on Europe as well. In addition, historians have recognized Columbus's navigational skills. He found the best route across the ocean to the Americas. He also found the best eastern route back to Europe. His routes are still used hundreds of years later. So does that give you a little bit of an insight into what we're going to be reading about? Mm-hmm. And what can you tell me? Does it connect to the boldface headings that we just talked about?
Yes.
Which one?
In search of a route to Asia.
In search of a route to Asia, you're right. All right. So, this particular article, it doesn't have any visuals, does it? No. What do you think I mean when I say visuals? Okay, you can think of what in your head what it would look like. So when we read it, you could visualize something in your head. What about like pictures? Does this article have any pictures? No, this article doesn't have any pictures, so we can't really tell anything by looking at pictures because this one doesn't have any pictures. But we can take a look and see. Let's look through a particular. Let's take a look at the early life. Can you flip back to the front? And then this is early life, and let's see if we can come up with any words that maybe would be key to this reading, like any vocabulary words. So I'm going to read just one paragraph, and what I want you to do is I want you to underline any words that you think might be vocabulary words that we could pull out from this particular article, okay? Christopher Columbus was born in 1451 in Genoa in present-day Italy. His father was a poor weaver, and Christopher worked for him. The boy had little schooling. Few people of his day did. Genoa, however, was a thriving seaport. Christopher learned much from sailors' tales of their voyages. As soon as he could, he went to sea. He made short fishing trips at first. Then he made longer trips with merchants who traded their goods at various ports along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Between voyages, he studied map-making and geography. In his early 20s, he sailed as a common seaman with a merchant fleet to transport goods to northern Europe. They sailed through the Strait of Gibraltar off the southern coast of Spain and into the Atlantic Ocean. So what words did you underline as I read that section?
Present day.
Okay.
Weaver.
Okay.
Merchants. Voyages.
Okay.
And fleet.
Okay. I would agree that words that would be good vocabulary words for this particular article would be merchant, okay, because that tells us about trading, and that's what Christopher Columbus was setting out to do. And seaman, because what did he do? He was a
Not a
pirate. he did what pirates do, and what do pirates do? They sail on the ocean. They sail on boats. So he was a seaman. And then what else did you do?
Fleet.
And fleet. Do you know what a fleet is?
Lands are a fleet, so it's kind of like a group.
Okay, so it's like a group of ships. So that's particular to just sailing. Good. All right. So based on what we've read so far, before we go any further, I just want you to take a look. So go ahead and turn your page. I want you to take a look at the boldface heading on this page. Why don't you go ahead and read that for me?
Columbus's first voyage to the New World.
Okay, and then go ahead and turn your page again. We're going to take a look at the other boldface heading. And what does that one say?
The later voyages.
Later voyages. And then
Columbus is recalled to Spain.
And Columbus is recalled to Spain. So based on everything that we've talked about so far, about who Christopher Columbus is, about what he's not known for, all the boldface headings that we've seen, can you make some predictions for me? What do you think, and be a little bit specific, what do you think this particular article is going to be about? Don't just tell me Christopher Columbus, because we already know that. Tell me a little bit more in detail. Steal some things from the article.
I think it's going to be about Christopher Columbus and his crew going to search the route to Asia, but they're going to be finding different things on the way and doing different
what?
Doing different things, and maybe they might be going through obstacles.
Okay, they might go through obstacles, and they might end up discovering more than what they set out to find, right? Okay, very good. And we're going to start reading it right now, but I'm going to turn off the video first, okay?